so much money in my energy that I need to tap into. Like I keep hearing it repeatedly. And it's like, that's why I keep like dawning on me like that fucking
gave me chills too, Salita.
minds, that shit in your mind that you're trying to execute, you need to move forward with it, because something keeps telling me it's so much money in my energy that I need to tap into.
Yes. It's so much money.
I've been setting these intentions for a year now. You
just tap in.
And it wasn't like, you know, we was broke or nothing like that, but it's just like going to the next level
it's our divine
of wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's our
That's why I'm at with it, you guys. Like when I tell you it was like a light bulb, when that retrograde really started retrograding this week, it was like a light bulb went off on Monday, you guys. I kid you not. On Monday, it was like I got up on the online course, signed up for the free trial. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the free trial, see how much. I was like testing myself to see how much I would really commit and discipline to get done this week. Yesterday, I was on there 7 hours with small breaks, just doing stuff for the Omar Jr. You know what I'm saying? Taking small breaks, getting a little snack. In it, baby. In there. In it to win it. You hear me? In it to win it. On the same vibration as my man. So you know it's all universe and God gonna already work that thing out.
It's already working. You just gotta put in the work. The fuck once you see the once you see the vision and you start putting the work behind the vision, listen, it's a done deal.
It's already done.
It's a done deal.
And keep flowing. That's
like Ashley always posts. Like people don't understand how powerful the mind is. It's all about mindset. And once you believe that, I don't care who say what. Once you in your heart and mind and soul and everything in you believe what you fucking doing, that shit is already done.
Listen, even if you fall, you get
that's the thing.
Because that's just teaching you to be
better. It's the you keep fucking going.
It's the risk we take when we want to go to the next level. No matter what.
A lot of people not willing to take that risk. And I went into 2021 with an intention.
And that's why they don't go to the next level.
They get complacent. They get comfortable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And what they've been doing is working for them. So they get comfortable and they don't want more.
I said it before. Your comfort zone is the most dangerous place to be in. Okay?
Yes,
because it will keep you stagnant.
Yes,
that's right.
It's your divine right to have abundance, happiness, and only you can put a cap on how much you gonna have.
We
are your own damn way and go for it. It's already yours.
Abundance is in everyone's energy, but you got to. What separates them from the others is that they tap into it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't tap in because they got that scarcity mindset, like Ashley always say. You know what I'm
right? Oh, that's in my book, girl. Keep talking.
I was watching a couple years ago. I was watching this guy, this educator and public speaker called Jim Rohn, I think his name is, and he's really good. And you get on,
he's on point.
Him. You talking about somebody that motivate you out your
job? Jim Rohn,
get ready and go outside to do nothing.
That's right. Another one like that is Grant Cardone.
Yep,
he's a little bit abrasive, but
he gets it done.
10x. You understand? Yep. And he even be with niggas now. One of the homeboys I follow in the community that's doing big things in Atlanta. I can't think of his name right now. Something Morrison, Jay Morrison. Okay. He's real big in the like black shit. Like he got locked. He's from New York. But he's really doing amazing shit in our community. But they was partnered one day, like on my timeline, and I had just put Mike on to Grant because I've been on Grant for years. But Mike is real, like he's very good at sales, so he doesn't like copycat or he's not interested in learning. Like he's the type that you just tell him what it is, he goes and does it. And then the companies come down to fucking understand what's happening. Like what the fuck did you just do? You know what I mean? They come and put what he's doing into book form. It's crazy. Like it's crazy.
But you know, it's the vibrations for me, y'all. It's the vibrations for me, because you really get into the vibe of it. That's why they say that's why they say it's so important to be around people who are where you want to go or at the same level as you, but they want the same things. Because when
Same
all
things,
of that energy
right.
comes together, it amplifies it, right? That's why when you go to church,
beautiful
it feels
things.
like a vibe, and it becomes everybody is in one spirit, is what they call it in church, right?
Yep.
And when you do that outside of church and in business and in everyday life, that's why it's so important who you connect yourself to. That's why doctors hang with doctors, lawyers hang with lawyers, nurses hang with nurses, creatives hang with each other,
they're building.
entrepreneurs
I mean,
hang
they
with each
are
other.
essentially building. They understand each other, but they're also building within
and coming together.
Exactly.
Like if we could all come together, we could have all our different brands, right? But if we come together on one thing, would say like we doing property investments, right?
I agree.
We all come together, and you can create a company just for your investments together. You see what I'm saying? And we put our money pool together. You feel what I'm saying? And we get this.
We have literally said. We have literally sat and talked about. Because
Omar does it all the time. They do
this
it
is
all
with
the time.
me and Shay.
This is a conversation we had back in the summertime.
Like,
about,
you know, yes, like
we were saying that.
Well, y'all need to call me on freeway, baby, when y'all had these conversations.
Listen, we just be, no, but the shit just be coming out. But the shit just be coming out. The shit just be coming out of left field. Like we don't, you know what I mean? We just start talking and, you know, like you bounce off of each other ideas and stuff like that. That's why I hit you up when I saw the post, like boom, like Mo already on the shit that we talking about. That's why when I hit you up with the post and said congratulations and everything when you posted the property.
Oh yeah, okay, that day, okay. Yes. We want that in the auction.
It's like Mo on the same talking about. I was like, that's what's up.
Because that's why I was telling y'all, Omar used to do it full time. Right. He was doing like residential property subdivision building. He was investing his money in there and stuff like that, private investing and stuff. And he was actually real present with it. So he knows the aspect of building. You know what I'm saying? So like if we put our money together and we create like a 50-unit building somewhere, you know what I mean? He knows that process of commercial building. You know what I mean? So that's another plus as well. But listen, baby,
this is exciting.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if y'all saw me over here, but y'all was talking and it was just running. You see me? I was
all
like,
through here, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I was like, all right.
You know, but it's crazy because, you know, working in the court system and seeing how COVID has have affected like businesses, you know, businesses and people's ability, commercial and residential, and their ability to pay rent. I'm like, that's kind of a risky business in the sense, but you know, what about an event space where, you know, you rent it out to people because that's getting your money guaranteed for however long that your money is guaranteed. Now it's so many commercial businesses and residential, they lost so much fucking money that probably some of it will not be recouped. You know what I mean? I have people coming to court for $30,000 owed on commercial property and more. You know what I mean? Because people lost their jobs. They can't pay the shit.
And the thing that you avoid, the way that you avoid not taking a loss so much in real estate is one, location, demographic, and supply and demand.
The key way.
Location.
That's why we bought ours where we bought ours, because the people in that demographic, they got the money. They got the job or the business that's going to pay for that rent and or be able to buy the flip.
Trust and
so you have to pay attention to the location.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta do that. So there's ways to work around that. We on it with this because see, the thing about it with us is that we do the smaller price homes, 350, 400. But the goal is to get into the $1 million status.
Yeah, because you could easily fix that up.
Commercial properties. But the thing about commercial properties is it takes a long time to get your investment back because it takes a long time to make the deal. You know, when you get into that status of $1 million properties, properties, it takes a long time when you have, you know, 5 or 10 investors coming together and working out the details. If you're building something, it takes a long time to get the building permits and all that stuff like that. Unless you know people that know people that know people, you know what I mean? But as far as
which is gonna be our goal. We're gonna network, because you know people.
Exactly.
That's what 2022
and you
start
and
off
with the right amount of money. We don't even need to know nobody. We
just
cut the middleman out. We just do it. And that's the power.
Fuck that middleman shit.
And that's the power of coming together, because that's the whole thing. Like, oh, sorry, family. Welcome to Black Women Heal Show. As you can see, we've already. So thank you, family, for tuning into Black Women Heal Show. We hope that you are having a great day. And we got my girl Cheyenne.
Hey.
We got my girl Ashley.
Hey, yo,
And
yo,
we got
yo.
Salida y Los Dinos.
Hey.
And I'm 5 out of 5, your host and moderator, Monique. And today we're talking about togetherness and coming together as a collective to heal the Black community in whatever aspect the conversation is going to go in. So we'll see what happens, y'all. But thank you, family, for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. And thank you for letting us be a part of your day. So yeah, like that's the crazy thing, like with togetherness, like if we could just, if the thing about it is like people are always so scared of the risk of the outcome, and it's not. That's why I was saying that the other week on the episode too. Like if we could just be concerned with the process and making sure the process of what we're doing, we're learning, we're growing, and we're evolving, the end result is going to work itself out. And just staying at the vibration and frequency of whatever it is you're working towards, whether that's wealth, more business, or all of it. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I feel like, I don't know if y'all experience this. For me, it was like, it's hard to get in the frequency at the beginning, but then once you get there and you find that sweet spot of the frequency that you want to resonate on to attract and manifest what you want to do while also doing the work.
Yeah, once you lock in.
Right.
It's like, it's no stopping it. And that's why I was saying earlier, like when retrograde started, it was like that Monday, I was going all the week before, I was going back and forth. Like, am I going to take this class? Am I going to take this class? I don't want to take this class. I don't want to do no work. I've been out of school for years. This is crazy.
Facts.
I just want to take my money, invest it in some things, and go on about my business. But then when you get into the vibe and the frequency of it, it's like universe be like, no, but if you do this, then this can happen. And this will make it better, the situation in its entirety. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just like, you got to get deep into the vibe. You got to sleep, eat, brush your teeth, shit, your dreams and goals.
Yes. And I live for that.
Yes.
I love everything you just said.
Your tongue
I live for every
time.
bit of it, even the tears, because the tears mean you're that much closer.
Yes. The emotion is
you might have
involved.
reached a breaking point or a point of confusion, or even like the things y'all helped me hash out. Like, as simple as it was from the outside in, because I'm in it, I just couldn't see it that clear.
Yeah.
And it made so much sense. As soon as I said it, y'all said it back. I'm like, yeah, because that's what I've done for my own clients.
Exactly.
My main website that I have for something else. But
exactly.
I just
bringing that
couldn't
thing
piece
together.
it together. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it's so important to have those kind of relationships with people.
That's right. That's where I was
at
going
your
with
level, above your level, or going in the same direction as you. Okay,
that's
why it's so important.
That's right.
Like
and you need one of each, in my opinion.
Yep, one of each. It'd be nice if they was all in the same circle.
Try to have somebody that's above you. But that exactly, try to have somebody that's above what you got going on, because that gives you something to aspire to. Exactly. Try to have somebody that's where you at, because that gives you the sense of social communication. You know, that the
dynamic of it,
right? That you're on the right track, but you're whatever. And then if you're trying to get somewhere all together, you gotta have the other two
with those people,
right? You gotta have the other two. You know, even if you have someone else that's just like you, y'all still need a model per se,
right?
Or somebody to help you with a system, a strategy,
or just somebody who has maybe, like, for instance, okay, like I told you guys, Omar had a technology company when I first met him, but because of the 2008 crash in 2010, he had to sell it and cash out, right? Because when technology, you have contracts. When two companies come together to do something, they call it contracts, and they have a contract for maybe 5 years or 10 years. And so he had to pay, even though he was closing, he closed so he could pay those contracts out, because some of those people had ended up having to close their business and their company and downsize or sell it or whatever in the midst of the 2008 crash between 2008 and 2010. So that's what was happening. And so even if the person is not there anymore, if they have the knowledge because they've been there, then you want to still hold on tight to them kind of people, because they know what it takes to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody, once you got the knowledge of how to do something, nobody can take that away from you. It doesn't happen. But it happens. It does not matter. Once they've been there, they can always find a way back. All it takes is a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and a little bit of manifestation, baby. Okay?
Facts.
All three of them. All three of them. Like Ashley.
All three of them. All
three of them.
I see that on a shirt or a hoodie.
Right. Hello.
Time to manifest.
No, we're gonna put hashtag. We're gonna put hashtag rich black girl on the tee. That's what we're gonna do all day in your head. Rich black girl.
Right.
Get it in your brain. Get it in your brain. And see, that's what happens. See, when you start getting into a vibe and a frequency of something that you want to do, or get to, like, say you want to create generational wealth, and you're watching, you're listening to things that resonate on that frequency.
Wealthy
podcast,
Black woman.
YouTube.
Let's start our
millionaire mindset.
Wealthy
Millionaire
Black
mindset.
woman.
That need to be on the tee.
Yes.
How about
Wealthy Black woman.
And just wear that thing everywhere. That's how you get stuff.
That's our merch. First merch with the. You can put that on the back of the on the back, like hashtag wealthy Black woman.
Boom. And that's the thing, because at the end of the day, it's not. See, it's the way the inflation is increasing right now with the cost of goods and services. You're going to have multiple streams of income. Even having a day job is not enough unless you're making an exorbitant amount of money, like a surgeon. You know what I mean? Somebody like that. But even then, you still need a little something.
You need passive income streams, baby.
And even if you have a career and you're making a decent amount of money, you're sacrificing time. We're trying to have that residual income that's not demanding of our time, and we still get to enjoy our lives.
Now, create you some digital products.
Yes,
something. Look, get you some properties. Toro. You can rent out your cars. If you have extra cars, you might not want to rent your main.
Get into this Airbnb stuff.
Yeah.
But
get into
Airbnb.
It's popping right now. It's popping.
Okay.
It's popping right now. It's popping right now. It's a lot of Black ladies I've seen on Instagram who are popping with that Airbnb, and it ain't taking nothing but a year or two.
Universe.
Okay.
2 of us will look. We're gonna be the next ones on there popping with that. Okay.
Listen.
3 of us, all 3 of us.
Okay? And by the time y'all find out about it, we done already moved on to the next level. Okay. Applying pressure. We have officially started applying pressure. Okay.
We like the shit. Listen,
the takeover is here.
Listen,
the takeover is
just
here.
Get together on some things. Like, that's the whole thing.
Those is our 2 hashtags: pressure applied and rich Black, wealthy Black woman.
Boom. That's that. And we're not talking about, like, everybody like to say.
Hold up,
like,
let me write this down.
That's what I'm doing.
Everybody like to say, you know, wealth is a state of mind. And this is true because we get our bodies physically ready to be in a position where we can move the way we need to move. That's important when you're at that level too, is being physically in a position where you can move and not be stagnant because of your health issues. So getting that thing is in order. Like, all of that stuff works together, and who you surround yourself with and getting
that's
in.
A big
I feel like we're in a cocoon.
That's how we talk about that.
And we're just about
shit.
ready to. I feel like we're in that cocoon. Our group specifically, I feel like we're in that cocoon stage where, like, the tip of the head is coming out of the cocoon. You know what I'm saying? We in 4th quarter and we coming out. And I feel like, soon as that 2022 hit, the wings gonna come out, baby. Okay. And if you just can get around some people, and maybe the people who you need to be around is not who you thought was going to be around. Like,
most
we never thought it was going to come around like this together. Like,
right. Most importantly, get out your own damn way. That's the problem.
Way.
Move.
Right. Move. Get out
the way.
Yeah. Take whatever class you need to take. And see, that's the thing that I was struggling with. Like I was telling you guys, like I was struggling with, am I going to do this class or not? Like, yes, you got to do the class. You got to do the work. Like, you already manifested the thing, but now you need to take it a step further. What else can you do that's going to create more passive income or just more income, period? You know what I'm saying? And that can also tie into what you already doing. And so it was like, okay, millionaire mindset, baby. Got to do the work. Got to do the work. Got to put it in. Take whatever class you need to take. Take whatever seminar you need to take. Get connected to them people. Stay there plugged in. When you meet them people that's giving them seminars, make sure you give them a dap, a hug, or something so that message can rub off on you and get you some people in your personal life.
Yes.
Where you can help each other, bounce
change
ideas around,
change your whole.
And that's what I've been saying for months. Surround yourself with people and thoughts that gonna get you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's all. Because everybody gonna tell you what you can't do, but most of the people that are telling you what you can't do, look at what they.
Right. You're doing what you're doing.
It got going on.
How you
not a damn
stuff
thing
like that.
So when you change it, that's right.
Because when one goes up, we all go up.
Mm-hmm.
All day, every day. Mm-hmm. But I did want to quickly just shout out. Her name is Aaliyah Frazier. She was the one that reached out about the natal chart. I wanted to thank her, but she also said that she wanted to thank us for creating Black Women Heal.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
So
That's
I was
so
going to
sweet.
tell
We
you ladies
appreciate
in the message, but something was
Yeah.
like for me to say it that
Yeah, we definitely, we love to do the shout outs now. So
Right.
Oh,
We
yeah.
holding out on us
appreciate
now,
you.
Shalita.
Yeah, so I felt compelled not to just put it in the chat, but just publicly even thank her for her being so kind, because she was really sweet and she really loved her natal report that I did for her.
That's
Took some time,
awesome.
but I could feel her spirit, and it's very sweet, very, very sweet. So we appreciate you, girl. We love you. We love you, girl.
Thanks, friend.
Other thing about it is like what we were saying before we started recording. I think Ashley, either Cheyenne said it, or either maybe all three of y'all said it, but it's like you gotta get excited about it. You gotta get excited about your life.
Mm-hmm.
You can't try to accomplish something and then, feeling depressed and stuff like that. Like, go get help. You know what I'm saying? Go get help. Whatever you have to do, you got to get excited about life, because who's going to be more excited about your life than you?
Exactly. Nobody's going to go as hard as you are. You can't
vibe on the frequency if you don't deal with your emotional issue too. That's not right. Like getting that stuff in order.
Right. You can't have stepping. Ain't no half stepping. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Oh, I think it's going to happen, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. I can't see how it's going to happen. No, you got to be completely immersed in that vibration. Listen, it's going to happen. I don't know when, I don't know how, but it's going to happen.
Listen, don't matter about the ending. All you need to be concerned about is the process to be whatever you want to be. Because what happens is when you start focusing on how it's going to end up, then other things start coming to you, like other ideas. Other people will start drawing to you that's necessary for where you're going. Like, just stay open. That's one thing.
Don't go into anything with the mindset of money. Go into it with the mindset of passion, because passion is automatically going to draw the money to you. So when you go into it with the vision of just money, a lot of times it doesn't work out, because you're trying to gain something. But when you go into things with a passion and you work in that passion, money automatically, the abundance flows. That's just the law of the universe. Abundance is all around us. We just have to tap in. So act in passion, and the abundance is going to be drawn to you.
And be
That's
grateful.
it.
Yep. That's just like what we was talking about before we started recording. Also or in the beginning part of the recording, is like just staying in the vibration of it, and it correlates with like not being. You can be money motivated, but you can't be greedy.
Right.
You know, it's the greed that takes away from the vibration of that. Because when you become greedy, you become desperate, and you'll do anything. And that's how people end up in situations that they could have avoided when they're making money and making investments, because your vision is clouded. You cannot do that when you're making investments
for the
dollar. Business. Right. You can't get greedy. You got to stay balanced.
Can't be money led.
And that's why it's important to have your spiritual ish together, because it brings you back down. It reminds you. Yep, got to be passion led, and your passion can be to rebuild your city and invest and to make a lot of money along the way. But it's got to be more than just about the dollar bills. How are you going to help somebody else? Are you going to be bringing people together by doing what you're doing? Are you going to be reaching out to people who want to do the same thing as you and coming together and creating community around whatever it is you're trying to do? Like all of that stuff. It just triggered my memory when Cheyenne was talking about being passion led and building your business from passion, and not just from the wealth of the aspect of building wealth and things like that too.
That's why I always say we're currently in the sowing season, because it's not about, the outcome of money. Like, you have to lay the groundwork to get to the destination. You can't just arrive to the destination without the dash in between, because the dash in between is the most important part. I said it the last episode. That's one of the most important part, because it builds your character. It separates you from the others, because a lot of people is not willing to put in that dash, which is the work in between. So you got to put in that work in between, and that's what's going to separate you from everybody else, because the majority of the population, they do not want to put in that work.
Facts.
You're so right, because I see it all the time. I see it all the time in this investment group that I'm in on Facebook, and people literally will buy investments and not even know where to begin for breaking down the return or the ROI for the investment. Like, what you mean you bought a property as an investment and don't even know how to go about handling it?
It's like you're learning by making expensive mistakes.
Right.
A very expensive mistake
that you don't have to make.
Exactly.
Take the time and study the industry. Learn it like the back of your hand.
Study the industry, and also partner with people that know it. If you're like, they can help fast track your learning curve. You still need to learn it, because you can get ripped off.
Sit down and study.
Exactly.
But at least someone that knows, especially you partner with somebody that knows, they can help fast track your learning, and you can learn while you're making money. If you're that kind of, some people are just like, I got the money and I want to make money, but you can still be learning while you're making money, because that person is damn sure going to be teaching you along the way, and if not, then you need to partner with somebody else.
Right. And you got to be somebody that's hands-on on your business. I mean, when you're at a learning curve, it's good to hire somebody within that profession to guide you along the way. But you should also know your business like the back of your hand. Because if at any time this person is to leave, something happens, I know how to run my own business without being dependent on somebody else to do so.
Big facts.
And that was my whole motivation for taking the class, because I'm like, if something happened to him, I still got this baby to care for. And I need to know the industry and learn it in the way that I know will be best for me. Somebody like him can do it, learn it, and by doing it, he's good. And he's been doing it for a long time, much longer than me. So I was like, let me take this class, because I need to know what I'm talking about, when to do it, when not to do it. Something happened to him or he gets sick, I can still run it. And he laid up in the house trying to get better. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what separates people like us from them, because it's like, the type of control person that I am, I need to know what's going on at all times. Like, you can't sell me a river and tell me this is what it is. Like, I need to know what's going right. I need to know what's going on. Listen, I need to know how this works. Like, I don't care if I got to ask you 10,000 times until I understand exactly what's going on. But I am not happy until I understand how the process works. Like, you can't just sit me down and tell me anything. Make me understand how this process works, so that if I need to do it, I could do it and be able to do it free flowing.
Right. That's like that's like trying to be a stylist without going to cosmetology school.
Right. But
that's
so many people do it. Like,
and they do it all the time.
So many.
And they posting stuff on Facebook talking about some hit me up, and here we look at a hot mess.
Yeah, or just any industry, just any industry. Like, you haven't even taken the necessary steps to learn the educational aspect, because when you have knowledge, nobody can take that from you.
No,
you're right. And you need to know the foundation of whatever your business is.
Whatever it is.
Foundation.
When we first got married and I went into the takeout industry with him, I had to learn everything.
Washing them toilets, taking out the trash, cashiering, marketing, managing.
For instance, I had to learn how to use the software that you ring people up with, because we weren't a business where, you go to some business, they don't report like credit card earnings and stuff, so they won't have a whole software system where it's like an actual computer system that you push. So they'll have like a little register that just gas station register or something like that, some old school. No, it was a whole software that I had to learn, you know what I mean? Because guess what? I had to teach people how to do it when they came in cashiers.
And if they call out, your ass gonna be back there doing it. You know what I mean? Or quit, you know what I mean? So
couldn't even run it. couldn't even run the business. Like, that's so crazy. And that's what I had to get into the mindset this week. I was like, there's no way I can be a part of this and not know.
Right.
Not gain the knowledge. Like, I have a lot of knowledge already, but I'm just talking about just taking it a step further.
I know what you're saying. What I'm saying. That's exactly how I am.
I'm not comfortable going off 100% on somebody else's knowledge.
No, that 100%.
Or just a little, or just 10% of what you already know.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like I was at 50. I felt like I was at 50% capacity, but I need to be at 100.
Exactly.
If there's something that I can do, like, he could be over there on that side of town doing something. I could be on this side of town and doing something, or I could be over there with y'all doing something. You know what I mean? I need to know for my own self. And in that light switch went off, baby, it ain't turned off yet.
Right.
You hear me?
Black women building empires.
Listen, y'all better.
That's it. That's all.
Ooh, let it vibrate.
It's like management at these jobs. It's like, how are you a manager and you don't know how all the departments run? To me, in my personal opinion, if I'm a manager of an agency and there's different departments of that agency, and there's a possibility that this supervisor or this manager might be out at any given time, I want to know every department and all its workings, because I am the go-to person for everybody else. So what does it look like somebody coming to me and I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't look good.
I don't know, but they comfortable with that here. This is I don't know state. This is I don't tell you, I don't know with an attitude in a minute. Like, you're the problem. It's like, I do business here. What do you mean you don't know?
Exactly.
What do you mean you don't know? Well, you need to get somebody on the phone that knows, or get somebody in front of me that knows. I'm always like, oh, you don't know? Let me talk to the manager. And I hate when they say I'm the manager. Well, who is in charge of you? Because you're not sufficient. What you're saying, that doesn't work. I'm on another level with it. I need to speak to somebody who's on my level.
Exactly. Cut the middleman out. I'm going straight to the source.
Who pays you? Because this is a problem. I can't speak to you. Look, I'm the manager. No, that's not going to work. And it's sad because that's the culture here. Yeah, unfortunately.
And it just pains me because, like, we talked about it before, on like maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, and I was saying how, I watch Omar all the time put his money together with friends in the Asian community and stuff like that, or watching his friends do it with other people in the community. And it's just like, it just hurts to see when Black people can't do it at the same capacity that they can. Like, we started,
and it's not even that we can't, it's foreign. We don't even, it's unfamiliar.
And then when we come together, because it is foreign, we don't know how to move past the emotional aspects of the passion behind the project. And I feel like Black men do it better than Black women do.
Yes,
because
men are not emotional as a whole.
They're not.
There are some emotional men, but
when it comes to business, though, even the most emotional men turn it off.
Yeah, they're not emotional when it comes to business.
You got to separate business from personal.
When we had our little private, you know what I mean? Not going into the details, but y'all ladies know that was my key thing. I'm like, let's separate feelings, because this ain't about that. This is just about the business. You know what I'm saying? And I think once we all got to that, put the egos down and the emotions down, it was like, okay, right. It's just about the business. No one's attacking nobody's character, nobody's soul of being. We just need to get on the same accord about some of the business. You know what I mean? And I think women have a harder time.
Right.
Women are emotional.
It's almost
beings.
like a dominant thing, or I don't know what the word is, but we just have a harder time because we
men can turn their emotion off and on better than women can. Women is naturally wired to be emotional beings,
right?
And so, which is why I think that you see less Black women coming together and opening businesses and or doing investment deals together than Black men, for that very reason. And then also as a society, just not off a race, but as a collective in society, like, they've always tried to pin Black women against each other. Like, that's why you go to companies or like news anchors and stuff like that. Sometimes you won't see more than one Black woman in the same company, because when they come together, it's always an issue, and somebody ends up always having to leave, or either the company just won't hire 2 Black women because they feel like, oh, they'll be fighting each other and stuff like that and competing. And we do compete. Like, I heard Gabrielle Union speak about it a long time ago. And she was like, when I first became an actress and I was trying to get my name out there, she was like, I was stepping over everybody and anybody to get where I needed, and especially other Black women, because we were the minority, we always the minority in Hollywood and stuff. And she was like, but once I started to come together and heal from my issues with that, then that's when her career started really jumping off and taking off. And she was being blessed in her career because she got her stuff together and stuff. And I just want to see more of Black women coming together and being able to do things, you know, more than just two people coming together. Right. You know what I mean? Because that's easy.
A collective, that's like easy. What we're doing with this podcast and some of these spin-off ideas we have business wise. And that's what's exciting to me. Yeah. But I've always been able to separate the emotion. So now that I feel like we have a group of women that are on the same wavelength. It's about to be real powerful. Already powerful, about to be cranked.
It's about to be super saiyan powerful.
Up next level powerful.
Right. Yes. I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Ben.
Boom.
Right. So I went into 2021 with the mindset.
Yes. I love it. I'm so excited. Y'all know I'm an excitable motherfucker. That's why I can't hold water. Don't give me the water. Don't do it.
That shit gonna be all on the motherfucking ground.
Listen, I'm just ready to start moving and shaking, honey.
Girl, that's how
now
I feel.
I've been conditioning myself to get up, get a routine. Well, I always have a routine, but just getting into a routine where I get up, I get dressed, put my makeup on, you know, to just getting back into that, you know, because I haven't been doing it for the last 4.5 years like that. You know what I mean? Everything I was doing, I could do from home. And so even just being at home now, I'm like, Omar's the kind of person, he used to tell me this a long time ago. He was like, you need to be ready all times of the day. Like, he's somebody who do not put his pajamas on.
Come on now.
He's the kind of person that does not even put his pajamas on until he gets into the bed. You hear me? He stays effing ready, you guys. Just like one time, like 2 weeks ago, and I was so glad that I did it. I was already dressed, had my makeup on, already had my clothes on and stuff. Baby was already up and stuff, and he found his property. Boom, we was able to get out the house and go. You know what I mean? So just always being ready for whatever God has for you.
Well, definitely in that
that's right.
arena, you gotta be, you know, just watching HGTV with Tarek and his wife at the time, like, you know, with the babies in hand, they had to be ready to go. Like, listen, sometimes them kids sleep. Like, listen, we gotta go. Like, it's a time crunch thing. We gotta go.
Gotta go.
Because sleepy money don't make no money. Okay.
What you talking about?
You can make
money don't make no money neither.
Yeah, you can make money in your sleep, but you got to be on top of it and ready to go at any moment's notice. That's why I said I just can't wait. Yo, like, get back on my business.
I should have been a business major for real, because it's like I'm a type of person that take risks. You know, some people are so scared to take risks. Like, I'm such a free spirit. I'm more of a person that's willing to take a risk. However it play out is how it play out.
We just work around it.
You took the right path, because one thing about B school, they teach you how to work for someone else's business.
Boom.
That's definitely
true. Ashley took the words out my mouth.
Not to be your own boss.
That's at another corporation.
Right.
Exactly.
So you did the right thing.
People,
the right thing is right. Now you can make good connections, but the point is most of them are being trained up to work for your big.
But remember, that was the argument
that we had at the other episode.
That was the other argument, and that's what school, you know, is the whole training you up kind of thing, and the conditioning. Like, they'll never train you to be your own boss. They always train you to be a worker for somebody else's dream.
And that's why I always say, like, when I learn about stuff, like, I don't care who teaches me. I don't care what race they are. I want to learn from whoever is doing it.
Whoever knows what it is I'm trying to learn.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's not a racial thing. It's a knowledge thing.
It's a knowledge thing. If I want to be taught by somebody, I want to be taught by the best. You feel me? Like, if I need to get a mentor, I'm going to get me a mentor who has done it, seen it all, been there, done that.
That's right.
Is living their best ever life.
Get a mentor, a coach.
Somebody.
Hire a coach. Look,
way above your level. Find somebody way above your level.
Right.
Way above your level.
I always tell people, sometimes it's not you know, it's not about the degree. Yeah, definitely. If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, like people of that, you need of course, you need a degree. But most of these jobs out here is about experience and they will teach you, even if you go in there with a set of skills, they will teach you how they want it to be done. Exactly. So a lot of times it's the confidence in your own abilities and being able to sell yourself to other people, because and who better to sell you than you? If you can't sell yourself, something is wrong with that picture, because you should be able to walk into any room. I don't care what your education level is. If you're confident in who you are and you could sell that to somebody, listen, I don't give a damn about what it is I don't have, or you tell me I don't qualify for the job. I will go in there and sell you who I am, and then let you be the judge of that. You know what I mean? Because some people
that's what business is about as well.
Exactly.
Selling either yourself
some people go into the mindset they won't even apply to a job because they feel like they don't fit certain qualifications. Listen, I don't give a damn about your qualifications, because if I send my resume and you hit me back, it's something on there that grabs your attention. So now once I get the interview, it's on me to go in there and sell who it is that I am, because a lot of times it's not what you can do. Anybody could be trained to do anything. You know what I mean? But they're trying to figure out your personality, who you are, and how it's going to intermesh with the people that's already there. With the culture, right? Exactly. That's what it is. Like, you have to be able to go in there and sell yourself. It doesn't matter sometimes what degree you have. It doesn't.
No.
Nope. It don't. It definitely doesn't. And then that's why we was when we started out, we were talking about being on the vibe and the frequency of where you're trying to get to. Because before you get there, just like when you want to be a wife, you got to be a wife before you become a wife, because you got to resonate enough in that energy to bring your husband to you, right? So it's the same thing in business, in your career, whatever it is you're trying to do. You have to be in that vibe and that frequency, because if you're in that vibe and that frequency, you don't have to use that saying, fake it till you make it. No, we're not doing that faking it till you making it, baby. We're going to vibe on that frequency, so that when we come in contact with the right people, they're going to be drawn to us too. Period. And it's going to work itself out. Work itself all the way out. It's all about the vibe.
Hit that bell and subscribe.
Right.
Hit that bell and subscribe.
Commercial break.
She on fire.
We out here.
I like that talk. Now that's what kind of get a libido jumping.
Listen, I'm ready right now. Right now.
Listen.
Go. Round 2.
Yep. I got mine last night. Get some again tonight. Listen. I'm trying to tell people, like I be trying to tell people. And here's the thing, like when people come and ask me questions and stuff like that, I get messages sometimes on Facebook from males and females. I was telling Omar about it. And I was like, I give them little bits of information, but then I give them an assignment. If they complete the assignment, I know they serious. Exactly. If they don't do what I told them to do, and they end up and they post something else that was entirely different than what we talked about, then I know it wasn't for them. They're not on that vibe yet. They're not ready.
Exactly.
They're not ready. So that's why when people hit me up about certain stuff, I give them little details. 1 or 2 sentences. I was like, okay, that's good. It's a good idea.
We just dipped and dabbed until we had to share what the hell we all got going on.
Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it.
It was the same energy. It's right.
They can't contain that excitement. It's energy, baby.
That's right.
Literally was a secret until today. Okay, nobody but him and my mama know. Okay, that's it. But yeah, like. It's just, and that's the thing. Like when people come to you for help, you somebody that's already in that position or on your way. Like people come to you help. Don't waste your time trying to give them all the details. Give them one little assignment to do. Say, friend, this is what I need you to do. Like one time somebody hit me up, wanted to go into the takeout business, and I was like, okay, cool. I can come help you look at the property that you found and all that stuff like that. I was like, but before then, you need to do a data market research on the demographic of the area you're in. See what other businesses are doing in the area, not to compare yourself, but to see what's working and what's not. You never did it. And they went in a whole different field of work, ended up going in a whole different field of work, entirely different. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to do the work.
Right.
You got to do the work.
And that's what people don't understand. Like we said before, it's not overnight. Like it might look like it, but it's not. People put in blood, sweat, and tears and good shit. You know what I mean? But you're not going to see that. It's very, very few people that are, that's not what people want to see.
Yeah. And And to piggyback off of Mo said, because I follow this girl on Instagram, I can't remember her name right now, but she and her friend went into business because they visited another state, and this ice cream was this big thing. They ended up starting this whole business. Like, she don't even like ice cream, but where she was from, they didn't have that demographic there. You know what I mean? Like, so she brought it to her hometown, didn't even like ice cream, learned everything there was to know about ice cream making and what to do in this area. And she and her friend is making millions and millions of dollars.
And see, that's the knowledge. We back to that knowledge we was talking about. Like, you can't go into the industry or to the career without the knowledge about it. You know what I mean? Having an understanding of what it takes to get to where it takes you. Like, it's a young lady I know, real nice young lady. She's a sun and rising Taurus, so we already vibe, right? Because that's my moon, not my moon sign, but my rising sign. And so, like, she makes soy wax, organic, vegan friendly candles, luxury candles. And when you buy one of her candles, you're gonna pay for it, because she do all of it by hand. She does the chemistry, the scents, all by hand. She do wax melts and stuff like that for people who don't want candles and they got kids. You could just get a melt down at and she has her own labeling. She put it up on Facebook one day. She got a pallet of product. It was the first time she got like a pallet you see in Walmart or Target sitting in the middle of the aisle, a pallet of her supplies. And I was like, God, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's always been an entrepreneur and had side hustleships along with being a stay-at-home mom. But this was like, it's something she found. She was passionate about it. She get to use her hand and create. And it's just so beautiful to watch the evolution of her journey over the last year, because she launched the same time we launched the podcast or whatever. And it's just, and I bought a couple of her candles and stuff like that. Magnificent and great product. And
I'm gonna need
killing it. You know what I'm saying? She doing the work.
Not the bio,
she
but
learned the chemistry of it, how to make it, how to put that thing together, market herself. She know a lot of people, so she been in like some lifestyle magazines and on lifestyle shows, locally and stuff like that, going to all the events, like just putting in the work, and it's blowing up. And I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. This is just amazing to watch. And next thing you know, she's gonna be looking to get a property or something and get a warehouse. You know what I'm saying? And then
vision and the belief in yourself that you could do it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
It's just the evolution for me. It's the evolution for me, honey. And I just get so angry when people like, in our community, when somebody creates something and everybody like, oh, you too expensive. Like, what you mean?
No,
didn't you just go buy a Gucci the other week?
I hate that. Right. That drives me absolutely nuts, because you don't know how many times I've had people come to me and say, well, you can go ahead and do this little thing real quick. Excuse me?
This little thing real
quick. Oh, your little hobby. Excuse me? Little hobby? I'm gonna show you how little my hobby is.
It shows you how they look at you and your business, because you don't really on the same caliber as these Gucci's and Fendi's and all these different brands. So if my product is too expensive for you, yet you could sit here and pay for all these other brands, then my product is not for you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Get out of here.
Because you're not going to these big name brands asking for discounts or tell them to lower the price. You paying it with no problem.
Right. Exactly. If you can't afford me, go find somebody else to do that little thing for you.
And then that just goes to show people's lack of understanding of how business works and creation works, because you can only make your product cheaper when it's in high demand, when it's like in a retail environment and it's being sold in multiple retail locations and stuff like that. Like, people just don't even understand. That's why I don't even get upset anymore, but I do get upset when people do it, but like, I don't take it personal no more, because I'm like, they don't even understand the aspects of business. So why can I'm not even gonna be mad at that ignorance.
Right. And at the end of the day, if it's something that you really want, you're gonna pay the price. Because with me, if it's something that I really want, and I'm not like a label hoe or anything like that, but if it's something that I really want, I don't care how much it costs, I'm gonna get it.
Right.
If you really want it, you're gonna pay for it. Period.
You're gonna be resourceful enough to get it too.
Yep.
What can I do real quick to get this money so I can go do whatever.
Because, stop trying to short people businesses, shortchange people businesses. Right. It's either you pay the price or you move on.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because I've had people, like, I've asked people like questions. It's like, do you know how much customized artwork costs? Like, flat out. That's like one of my general questions. Do you know how much it costs? And I said,
anything customized is a good price.
Right, exactly. But some people, for whatever crazy reason, they think, oh yeah, well, it can't cost no more than 100, 200.
I don't even pay them no mind.
Not for no art.
I don't even pay them no mind.
No.
You know how much time goes into that?
Man, listen, wait till y'all see how much I'm taxing for the luxury brand. And I'm not going to bat an eyebrow over it. It's either for you or it's not.
And that's the same wavelength that I'm on. It's like, if you can't afford me, I don't know what to tell you, because I don't give family discounts. Nobody gets a discount.
No, and they shouldn't, because that's a lot of time and effort.
But a lot of people have that audacity to do that. But the ones that I absolutely love have the utmost respect for anything that I do creatively. If they don't have the money right then and there, they say, you know what, Salida, I take you serious. I respect you now as a person and a business. I'm going to wait until my coins get more in line, and I'm going to hit you up. I have more respect for somebody that's transparent and come out just like that.
If I deal with you on the strength that I deal with you, first of all, I'm very supportive to what people got going on. And if you're selling a product, even if I'm not all the way into the product, I'm going to donate just to support your brand. Listen, these bracelets that I'm wearing, one of my coworkers, she make jewelry and stuff like that. And, you know, like, I'm going to support you. Like, I am that person at work. It doesn't matter who have what going on. I will always support, because that's who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I always support what other people have going on.
Yeah, because it takes a whole nother, it's like you really, as a creative in anything that you do, and they say, oh, you only use 10% of your brain. First of all, who the hell is they? I know I use more than 10% of my brain. Monique uses more than 10% of her brain. We know Ashley uses more than damn 10% of her brain, and so does Cheyenne and Sheena. We in a whole nother freaking bracket to do what we do, or anybody does anything creatively in any kind of sense of the word, because it takes a certain kind of, and I'm going to say it, God-given talent to go take something that's this motherfucking big, you see this big, un poquito, and make it into a whole thing. Everybody don't have that skill set, because everybody don't got that kind of drive in them. They rather just be basic and be sheep like everybody else. I'm sorry. In order to be number one, you gotta be odd, and not no little O. We're talking about that big ass O.
Right.
It's like, let's go.
And that's just like in business. Like, you want to do big business, that's okay, that's fine. But do you have the ethic, discipline, and consistency to see it to fruition? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people start something and they don't finish it, or they get into the midst of it and they find out how much work it is, and they like, oh hell no, I could just go back to my 9 to 5 and have my weekends back and all that stuff like that, and But they don't know that in the long run, you won't have to work as hard, because you'll be able to hire somebody to do that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The goal is to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
And that, as simple as that phrase is, a lot of people have a hard time understanding, comprehending, and internalizing that, and turn it into something else that can really make it work for them. Yep. And those are the ones that's it's those people that have, somebody thinking they crazy enough to change the world. Guess what? Be the same ones that do, in some kind of level, on some type of wave. Everybody can't get on that wave. You know why? Because everybody ain't built to surf.
Yeah. And on a more high vibrational frequency, we're going to get back to that. Okay. Yes. Just keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Yes. Keep believing. Study what you need to study. Read what you need to read. Listen to the audio. Watch the YouTube, or whatever you have to do. Eat, sleep, breathe, pee that
all
thing.
Of it,
okay?
All of it's
the words, okay? Keep it in your ear, keep it in your mind, let that thing sink into your subconscious. Like, I used to do stuff when I would study for stuff. I would do stuff like fall asleep to the audio content of whatever I was learning. You know what I'm saying? Let that thing get deep into your brain.
Into the subconscious.
You know what I mean? Listen to your favorite motivational speaker and whatever. Listen to it, meditate on that thing. Just go to sleep, take a nap, whatever. Let it get in your belly and into your womb, and so you can birth that thing. Like Cheyenne was saying in other episodes. You know what I mean? She feel like she in the birthing season based on her dream.
Yeah. So when it's birth, it pop out like that scene in Martin.
You was a daggone fool for that.
Right. No umbilical cord attached, bitch. That shit come flying.
Yup.
Yo.
I'm a whole. I'm hungry again. That's what that is.
But listen, family, you can do it, you guys. We doing it. We done it.
Do it.
Whatever it is you're trying to do with your life, whatever
business pep talk.
Take the steps. Like a lot of people don't want to take the small steps either. They want to start out right in the middle doing big things already, and you can't, because there's things that you have to fail at first, so that you don't fail at it when you get to the top. Okay, because when you get to the top and you fail at something, baby, that's a long fall, and it take even longer to get back up there. So take the necessary steps, friend.
And just understand, in business, you need to have tough skin, because it's going to be a lot of people telling you a lot of things, a lot of people talking a lot of shit, but you got to drown all that noise out, because that's what it is, noise. You got to drown all that noise out. It's going to be a lot of people don't like you on a regular day and you're not even doing nothing. So imagine when you are. It comes with the territory. You know what I mean? Like, you got to drown the haters out.
They're gonna be big mad, big hate, and everything. Mad or no?
But, they might unfollow you, but they still watching.
Yeah, they still watching.
They still watching.
You don't the likes just don't add up to the views, but they're watching.
That gift with
they're watching.
That gift of what's that dog Goofy with the binoculars? They're gonna be just like that. They're gonna unfollow you and unfriend you, but they're gonna be just like this.
Clifford. Is that Clifford?
The gift with Goofy.
We like
Goofy the dog.
Oh.
He had the binoculars looking.
Yeah.
How they gonna do? They gonna unfollow you. They gonna unfriend you.
I forgot.
They still gonna be watching. They gonna still watch this evolution of who you are.
The likes never gonna equal the views, but they're watching. Trust me.
And it don't matter how old you are, whatever you're trying to do, you can do that thing. Because as long as you're breathing, baby, you can make it happen.
Yes.
You can make it happen. You just got to get on that vibe and that frequency. So we thank you, family, for rocking with us this afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're listening or watching. Ladies, where they can find us at? Where they can find us at, ladies?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
On YouTube, Black Women Heal Show. YouTube. Hit that bell and subscribe.
Follow on your favorite audio. We
TikTok,
out here
Instagram, Facebook, everything. We everywhere.
Send them letters, the listener letters.
We in these
Apple,
social media
Spotify,
streets.
everywhere. We everywhere.
We in these podcasts and social media streets.
Exactly.
Deep.
Exactly.
Pull up on us.
Yes.
We love you, baby. We love you. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Dude,
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.